Actress Eliza Dushku has disclosed a pretty terrible thing that happened to her when she was only 12 years old and on the set of True Lies, a movie that she starred in. This is a story that she has kept to herself and to a couple close loved ones for a long time. But recently she felt comfortable enough to come forward and share her account regarding sexual assault by Joel Kramer, who was the stunt person on the movie set. So I'm gonna read portions of what she had posted on her Facebook page. It was a very long post, but these are the relevant portions of what she said. When I was 12 years old, while filming True Lies, I was sexually molested by Joel Kramer, one of Hollywood's leading stunt coordinators. He disappeared. Now she says that he had earned the trust of her parents and then convinced the parents that he was going to take her out to sushi and just have fun, nothing crazy. And
then other people would be around and they should be going swimming with the other stunt actors in the movie, etc.
And so the parents trusted him, and he did the exact opposite of that. He took her to his home, and then this is what she says happened. He disappeared in the bathroom and emerged naked, bearing nothing but a small hand towel held flimsy at his midsection. I remember how he laid me down on the bed, wrapped me with his gigantic, withering body, and rubbed all over me. He spoke these words, "You're not going to sleep on me now, sweetie. Stop pretending you're sleeping," as he rubbed harder and faster against my catatonic body. She also writes, when he was finished, he suggested, "I think we should be careful about telling anyone." He meant I was 12 and he was 36. And I remember how soon after, when my tough adult female friend in whom I had confided my terrible secret on the condition of a trade that she let me drive her car around the Hollywood Hills came out to the set to visit and face him, later that very same day, by no small coincidence, I was injured from a stunt gone wrong at the Harrier set. With broken ribs, I spent the evening in the hospital. So she's alleging that since she told her close friend about what happened, he retaliated by allowing her to get injured on the set while performing stunts. Now he denies it. I'll give you his statement in just a minute, but this is disgusting.
Yeah, so he says, oh no, she was just bruised in that incident. So all of this is important. And boy, if after someone who tried to protect her yelled at him, he then allowed her to get injured. It doesn't matter if it's bruises or a broken rib. And that is horrific, but it doesn't really matter. Like, that portion is extra, right? Mm-hmm. He molested a 12-year-old girl, if you believe this story. And that's, I mean, we're done, right? That's not close. Now, look, if these were criminal charges, and I don't know if statute of limitations is run on it or not, we do due process in this country, okay? And he vehemently denies it. Mm-hmm. But boy, this sounds enormously credible, and there is backup after backup. So let's give you the denial and then the backup to her story.
So Joel Kramer did end up getting fired by World Production Agency. Also, he says, these are outlandish, manipulated lies. I never sexually molested her. I think she's making this up in her imagination. Now, if you read her entire account on Facebook, which I highly recommend you do, it's incredibly detailed, and she talks about a number of people that she did confide in at the time that it happened. Now, the one person that she specifically mentioned in that statement was Sue Booth Forbes, who was her guardian on set. Since she was a minor, she has to have a guardian on set, and that's exactly who she was. And Dushku did confide in her at the time, told her what happened. She was the person who came forward and told people on the set, those who had some authority, about what had occurred. And as a result, no one did anything. And it led to Joel Kramer allegedly retaliating against Dushku on the set. Now, Sue Booth Forbes did corroborate this account, but did not name the specific people that she told.
Yeah, so let me give more background too. Kramer, I read his statement. It just denies it 100%. Lies, lies, lies. I can't believe this. I'm being persecuted, etc. Now, I think there are some people who are being persecuted in the news these days. I don't think Kramer is one of them. That's my opinion. But we gave you his statement, and now you turn to Sue Booth Forbes, and she is awfully specific. She says she went to higher ups. They complained about it. Other people knew about it. They also complained about it. But the higher ups, and why? Why are they protecting this stunt coordinator? Well, it turns out he worked on all the Schwarzenegger movies. Now, that doesn't mean that Schwarzenegger knew about the allegations. James Cameron, who was the director of True Lies, says he didn't know, that if he had not known, there would have been no mercy, okay? And he believes Dushku, and he's very adamant about that, okay? Now, I don't know, and nobody knows who actually knew on that set and didn't know on that set. Actually, Sue Booth Forbes might know, but she didn't name those names, and I don't want to get into that. But she says, no, we definitely told people, he definitely did it. And she said, here's another quote, Joel Kramer did what Eliza said he did. This is again from Sue Booth Forbes. He is a pedophile, and he must face the consequences. So there's the actress friend she told, her mom, Sue Booth Forbes, and according to Forbes, other people on the set.
Her older brother as well.
And that was all not recently, but 25 years ago, okay? And the accident that she had on the set, the day that they confronted Kramer, is in the records. She was taken to the hospital, there's no question about that. Now, nobody knows, other than those two, what happened in that hotel room, but why would a 12-year-old girl come out and take on this powerful person who's good friends with the main star on the set? Out of nowhere, and insist on it.
Yeah.
And then, but by the way, never publicly came forward. It's not like she had an axe to grind. It's not like she had an agenda. Anyway, we're over discussing this. This seems like an incredibly clear case.
Also, look, she just came out with her allegations, and I just want to really emphasize the fact that it's taken her such a long time to do it, because when she initially did come out, she did come out to family members, and they didn't know how to handle it because it was such a taboo topic at the time. So think about how far we've come in all this time, since she was 12, but also how there's still a way to go, because even though this Me Too movement has been going on for a couple months now, she still didn't feel comfortable coming forward until very recently. And it's a scary thing to do. It's scary to come forward and talk about what you've gone through, especially when you initially told people it got brushed under the rug. There was one part of her statement where she talked about how after the apartment thing, they were both in a cab together, and he had her sit on his lap, and that the cab driver was looking at her like they were making eye contact the entire time because she was scared. The cab driver knew something was wrong, but no one came to her, to her defense. No one came to help her. It's just crazy.
And think about the retaliation. I mean, the accident happens the day that they make it public, at least on the set. And she's 12 years old. You think that they might have been able to ruin her career? Of course. It took a quarter of a century to gather up the courage. Now imagine how many times that happened to children like her and to women, and by the way, to guys, from people like Kevin Spacey. So this has been an enormous problem for a long period of time. And so in this case, the liberation continues. If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.